back to all the things. Coin market cap, 60 billion to 70 billion. Who knows? Always the truth is somewhere in the middle and everything. That's mostly sell volume, and some people picking up the dip, like me a little bit. So, a few things to go over today. Got some Q questions that I'll go over, Ondo, and a couple of things. How's the market looking right now? Bitcoin 60,500. Ethereum 2893. Right? Some people would think that's a great buy. Yeah, I don't. We make money buying it there. Yeah, it'll get back. Ondo 72 cents. Just freaking could not hold. Taking a killing like the rest. Proppy $1.22. Banking 0.0130. Injective $18. So buying a lot of these on the way down. Metis Dow $35. Cardano 35 cents. Velodrome 7 cents. So all things take a killing. So how are we going to make money? And then I'll address some of these questions. How are we going to make money? Step one, reevaluate portfolio. Okay. Are you close to taking a loss on something? Can you buy it back cheaper? If we're getting close to where you bought it and you believe it's going to still go down, which tomorrow is going to be a different day, Monday, could pop up, fill in some gaps, as they would say, and then sell off again. That's been the tradition. It's all going to depend on data and sentiment. Is money still coming out of crypto and the equities market and going into bonds and the dollar and other avenues? Okay, what are the losers? Right, remember this. What were winners on our first leg up, not in the bull run, not in a bull run, okay? But on our first leg up, the AIOZs, the fetches, all these narratives, the memes that you got in, some of you, will those survive the killing that we've been having for 180 days or so? Will that have the same narrative? We don't know. Will Ondo, the RWAs, and Proppy, Maple, and Goldfinch, will that have the traction again? Everything will get a little bit of traction if we get into a bull market, period. Everything will. Will it have the same traction? You never know. So evaluate what you don't think fits in your portfolio anymore. Or maybe you DCA in them. So you got to make that decision. But it's important. Stop listening to scammer YouTubers. Just stop. If you're listening to it as entertainment, fine. You want to hear, the train wreck of BitBoy and others, go ahead. You want to listen to George, and I listen to those guys. I mean, BitBoy, not really. I put him in fast mode, and I can't take usually any of it. It's just I don't get any. I never listen to him for actual information. He doesn't have a clue. He's a lunatic. But pick the people. Digit Asset News is okay. I can't think of the other guy. Invest Answers, British guy who lives in America. Great for statistics. Okay, so you can go over my videos. If you look at some of my history, I rank all the YouTubers as I see it, not as reality is. It's just as Vegan Crypto sees it. Okay, but don't waste your time with people who are not going to help you. And the majority of them just want your Patreon, right? I was just listening to that. I don't know who he was on Banter. And I was going for a run, just listening to him. 20 times he asked for likes, or 25, and he stopped his videos. Anyone who stops their videos and tells you to like a video and tries to hold you hostage, please unsubscribe to them. They are just, I don't know, have I ever, maybe I asked you guys for likes once? I never get likes. I know that helps the algorithm, but whatever. If the algorithm doesn't happen organically, so be it. But then they're private groups and all that, just holding you hostage. Get out of those guys. If you want to listen to them for news and their market thoughts, that's fine. Just remember, they don't have a clue. We all are just, we're all trying to make our own decisions. Accumulate dry powder every day. Accumulate. DCA, expecting it to go down. The projects you believe in or the projects you want to get into, don't go all in. Proppy, I've been DCAing. I didn't go in $20,000. I DCA. Sometimes 20 times a day. right? And it goes down to $1 or under $1. I hope it doesn't follow shadow like I did. Started buying shadow well above $1, and it's 30-40 cents now. You got to have patience. If you don't have patience, and you're in it, just walk away. Look back in a month or so. You got to have patience. That's what we've had it for years and years. We thought we were getting into it. We thought we were getting into some heat, and it killed us. That's the market. It's not only this, it's the equity market. It is just the market. You need to not fall for FUD, right? So would it have been a good time if you're in the profit to sell this week? Hell yeah, before all the FUD happened and everything. Absolutely. But if not, you can either cut your losses or you hold on or you DCA. Those are your choices. But the FUD's going to happen. Even if we get into a serious bull market, the FUD's going to happen. China outlaws this. India outlaws this. The SEC is going after this. Trump or Harris changes their mind on this, right? Don't fall for it. You got to have a plan, but don't be too strict that you won't change where needed, right? This is your DCAing strategy. This is your buy-in strategy. This is your sellout strategy. Don't be too rigid. You need to know you're out before you get in. You should have some idea, but you can't be too rigid on that. Meaning, all right, I'm going to buy it here at $1, but I'm going to sell it at $4, no matter what. So we get to $3.50. The market's looking rough. You're in profit. Don't be afraid to sell it at $3.50. We blow through $4. Don't necessarily sell it. Sell some of it. Get your principal out of it, and then go back in. And then wait. So my point is, you always want to have your out before you get in, but that could be just for your principal or a certain amount of profit. And remember, when you take profits, you have to address that from my end. I have to look up his name again, but I'll address that. I don't care if you make 65, 100 grand, you got to take 30% out for taxes and leave it on the side. Do not reinvest it. Then take some profits, right? Put that aside. Have your taxes. Taxes is most important, because you're going to have to pay that at the end of the year. So as I said, you got to make your own decisions instead of listening to these crypto gurus, lies and spewing and shilling to you. Don't listen to the shills. Anyone out, start spewing specific projects, they're getting paid, right? The whole Discover Crypto or whatever you want to call it, they're all getting investigated now because of all the shilling they did and everything. And there's other channels that it's going to come down on. You'll see Banter is going to get their gummy and all that. It's going to get caught up to them 2-3 years from now. Trust me. Rand will be bending over for the soap, and BitBoy will be behind him, giving him a couple thrusts. And who will be behind BitBoy? TJ, and then Justin Williams will be. They'll just be centipeding it throughout Alcatraz. So as I said, make sure, extremely important, have your profits. Do not be afraid to take profits. But you got to have your taxes out. That's most important. I reiterate that all the time. A lot of people forget it. Find a community on YouTube in the crypto world that is not a scammer and will answer questions like myself. There's a few out there. Most will be afraid to give you answers, right? George isn't going to answer you. Most of them, even Digital Asset News, isn't going to fully give you opinions because they're afraid to. I'm not. It's just my opinion. It's not financial advice. It's just my opinion. But you need to make your own decisions. Do your own research. But listen to people who you trust, somewhat trust, but don't fully listen to them. Anyone who tells you to buy this, buy that. Until we're in a bull market, don't listen. Expect the unexpected in the markets. Macro events, FUD by countries, like I said, it's going to happen. All right, how is this teaching you how to make money? These are just rules that I live by. Just hold tight. Pay attention to the overall markets, not just crypto, which will play, part in the rally or crash, as you've seen, right? We are not decoupled. We won't be decoupled. Good morning, brother. Good morning, Skull. Bought a lot yesterday of stocks in crypto. Now I'm just going to watch what happens. Absolutely. Expect the unexpected, what I said, Skull. But it'll be okay. I'm buying myself, right? Could be an ugly week. It's all right. You got to expect another 30, 40, 50% down, or pivot on a moment. And a very important thing here. A lot of you listen to probably, who come on here. I know C90, you're a moderator for Blockchain Basement and all that. Get out of the conspiracies. It doesn't help you. It's good to know things. That's why I try to have you watch the videos that I have on my channel, YouTube ones, Gary Roska Speech and Dominion. But don't go down the conspiracy trail with crypto YouTubers. Stay positive. It will do you no good to go down a rabbit hole. It's not going to do you any good. It really won't. The world is a tough place. We know that. It's dark. I haven't watched the news, and I'm deeply into the economy and news and everything, in 3 months for certain reasons, and I'm a better person for it. I know what's going on. I don't need the negativity. I know what the world's about. I know about how people are treated in this world, the economy. I watch more financial news, but all the other stuff I've blocked out. Like I live in, Chicagoland. I live outside of Chicago, but I know all these killings every day. I don't need to hear about it. I don't need to know the government's doing this, the government's doing that. I know all that. Don't get sucked in by someone like Blockchain Basement that they're all preppers and it does you no good. I'm telling you. Take it from a guy who's 52 who knows this shit, who has gone up and down. Learn it, but get out of there. I would not support people like them. I'm sorry, C90. It doesn't do you good mentally. You know what you know. Now get the fuck out of there. It doesn't do you good to dwell on it. The evil of governments, how the SEC is doing this, how Janet Yellen's doing this, how Biden or Trump or Harris is this. What good does that do you? It puts you in a negative state, which affects your home life, which affects the way you treat people, which affects the way you think about things in regards to relationships and the world. Trust me, it's a lot more fun being happy. I'm not saying ignorance is bliss because I know all this stuff. I'm not for ignorance, but when I first went vegan, I used to watch slaughterhouse stuff over and over again. I still go to slaughterhouses. I'm going to one this week for work. It does you no good to sit there. And that's why, vegans, when they turn vegan, they're called vegans because I was angry. I almost lost my family out of it, lost friends because when you see the realities of the world, whether it's vegans, animals, or children or whatever, it does you no good. Learn it and move on. I never have to see another thing about animals again. Veganism is entrenched in my soul. I know everything there is to know about it. I know what we do to humans and animals and child labor and all that. Okay? So I hope that helps. Do not get down the rabbit hole of negativity. It's a hard climb out, brothers and sisters. It's a hard climb out. Stay out of it. So, Skull's doing the right thing. He's DCAing. He's buying a little. If there's projects you believe. Damn, I lost you there. I'm in a spot where freaking I get one bar. It makes no sense. How much do I need to spend on a phone? I thought, $1,500-$1,600 is enough. It says one bar, so I'll try to keep an eye on it. I don't know where I lost you there. I was going out on a rant that I thought was pretty good. So the economy blew out $3 trillion in the stock market last week. We'll see if that continues. People will buy back lower. The big boys, Apple and all that, Buffett getting out, all these. Why are they doing that? They're getting out of tech, putting it into value, putting it into bonds, the dollar, other investments. Japan raising rates is a hiccup. What's going on in the Middle East is always a hiccup. What's going on macroly, globally is a hiccup. So all these things are playing into factor, right? If Powell only lowers 25 basis points next month, that might even not be good enough in the minds because these idiots now think that it's going to be 50 basis points. So 25 basis points could actually be a sell-off. You know what I mean? That's how these markets react. Oh, it's not good enough. Or if he does it 50 basis points, their minds could be, oh my God, we're in a recession. We got to sell. Powell's too late and he's scared, right? All that stuff could happen. Jobs report was mostly, not good, but it was mostly, part-time jobs. Here's an interesting thing. Janet Yellen mentioned spending $3 trillion on climate change. I will tell you, as they fly in their jets and I'm not a hippie. I'm not a total left or total right. I'm middle path, like the Buddha. But I can tell you that all the climate, I believe in, climate catastrophe, what we're doing, but it's all man-made. It's not just petroleum. We could get rid of all the petroleum. I'm just going to go off on this in a sec. We could go off petroleum, which will never happen, and it can't happen. We couldn't survive without it. We could all ride our bikes. We can all recycle. If you look into true recycling, I told you not to go down a dark path. I'm just telling you a few things. All that stuff that they tell you to do, and all the money that they're putting, or they're trying, you have to understand with the governments and everything, climate change, all that is a market. It's just a market, just like EV cars is a market. I know I just talked about blockchain basement, but I'm just being real quick. It's just a market. The EV sector is not a better thing for the environment. It's actually worse in many ways. If you look at how they dig up for the batteries, I sell to all the battery plants. Okay, and you could call me a hypocrite in that. No, it's not. That's how I learn about all this stuff. The battery plants, slaughterhouses, you name it. My distributors do. I don't. But no matter what we do, if we don't lower our consumption of animals, it's all useless. Why? For every 25 calories we put into a cow, we only get 1 calorie out for food. Can you imagine? For chickens, it's 8 calories to get 1 calorie out. Each dairy cow produces 21 kilograms of shit, 21,000 kilograms of shit every year. Methane is potent greenhouse gas, which is warming more than 28 times more than carbon dioxide. 80% of our crops in the USA go to feed animals. 80%. 95% of soy in America goes to animal feed. 80% of corn in America goes to animal feed. 70% of oats in America goes to animal feed. 1 acre of land can yield 30,000 pounds of carrots, 40,000 pounds of potatoes, 50,000 pounds of tomatoes, and 250 pounds only of meat. You can do the math there. The human population drinks 5.2 billion gallons of H2O every day and eats 21 billion pounds of food. Okay, the world's 1.5 billion cows alone drink 45 billion gallons of water every day. 45 billion gallons of water every day, and eats 135 billion pounds of food every day. 135 billion. 12 to 13 pounds of grain feed to produce 1 pound of beef. 1,000 gallons of water goes into 1 gallon of milk, meaning to produce 1 gallon of milk, of breast milk. That's what you're doing when you're drinking milk. And I'll get off of this in a minute. I just want you to understand this whole environmental thing that they're talking about climate change. If you don't talk about the food we eat, it's useless. 25 gallons of water to produce just 1 pound of meat, flesh of an animal. 576 gallons for one pound of pig. And I could keep going. Okay? It's just unreal. Every 3 seconds, we lose 1 acre of rainforest. The oceans are trash right now. It's our garbage disposal. Those sequester carbon dioxide. Our soil sequesters carbon dioxide. It brings it in. It holds it. The trees. So 1 acre every 3 seconds. You can count to 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 acre. What is that done for? It's made land for growing soybeans to feed animals and for the grazing of animals. And they're getting rid of all our medicine. All our medicine comes from there. All the ecosystem, which screws up the whole earth. Okay, enough about that. But I think it's very interesting when you hear this environmental, at these environmental places, you don't even hear anything about what we eat. It's all about petroleum. And guess what? It's all about, all right, let's lower petroleum a little bit, and let's move to alternative fuels, alternative driving. You never hear about what we put in our food or how we eat. People eat. It's never brought up there, ever, while they're eating steak dinners at these environmental world conferences. It's comical to me. So, health and body. That will lead to success as well. You got to be healthy. Your mind, your body works together, which will make you a happier person. I'm here to help with that if you have it. This is fucking ridiculous. I only have one bar. It makes no sense. All right, so I have a ton of Ando at 21 cents. Not patting myself on the back. I'm just stating fact because I loved what they were doing. And I knew it goes against crypto, which I love. Even though I'm a crypto guy, I love it because you're going to get the people like George and all the other idiots thinking, oh, it's against what we believe in. Shut up. It's about fucking making money. Ando's unlocks in, I think it's January. It's not great at all. If we're in a serious bull market, it won't matter. Will we be in a bull market? I don't know. Would I be buying it at 70 some cents here? Absolutely. Am I buying it at 70 some cents? Hell no. I'm stacked on it. If I'm not in Ando, I'm buying it. Could it go down to 50 or 40 cents? Yes, if we keep retracing. If we have an okay week, I mean just an okay week, we're back at 80, 90 cents. If I wasn't in Ando, I'd be buying about 30 to 40,000 here. I'm just telling you what I would do. But I'm in it at 21 cents. I'm not stacking. I'm good. I'm good on it. The token unlocks is not good. It's not good. If we're in a market like this and the token unlocks happen, it's really bad. Hey, brother.
What are you doing?
How are you?
Hey, sorry to bother you.
You're not bothering me. What the hell's up?
Just got done working out, man. Just got done working out.
Good.
Go home and see what's going on. How about you?
Just got back from vacation and...
Yeah, where'd you go?
Where did we go? We went up north to... We got a lake house on Minocqua area.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's all right.
Very cool.
It was cool. Cool house. You never know what you're going to get. You either get a great house. We had our own private lake. It was a little small, but it was all good. We got soccer. We were going to see each other in a couple weeks.
Yeah. So Avery went to the high school camp last week, so she'll be going back to Campton this week. So she'll be there.
Oh, that's right. Captain said.
Catherine and Lily and them. So.
Yeah, there they come. We got to get together,
Right,
brother.
buddy. Good seeing you, Joe.
Good seeing you. Keep rocking, bro. All right, you'll have to excuse me on that. That was a good buddy whose kids are on play soccer with my daughter, my youngest. All right, back to Ando. You still there? I am, buddy. Okay. There's U.S. against ICP. Don Williams has Miller tag. Okay, I'll go into ICP in 1 second. And no one's against ICP. There's no conspiracies against these, tokens or anything like that. So, yeah, the unlocks is not great at all. That's never great. Their token total supply is horrible. Tokenomics is horrible, which sucks. I don't know the total release of the rest, but what's coming out in January or whatever it is. Months ago when I bought it, I'm like, we got 360 days until this or whatever it was. It's coming up on us fast. So if we are in this market, when December-ish hits, I'm out. I'm selling it all. I will sell every drop of Ando. If we are in a bull market, I won't sell anything. It will hurt us. I can tell you that when we get 2-3 billion Ando tokens out there, it's not good. It will hurt you. So it's not a good thing at all. I hate their tokenomics, but I was aware of this when I bought it. Right, it's like Polygon. They have 10 billion. That's what the total supply of Ando is. It's going to weigh it down. I will talk real quick about layer 2s. I don't recommend any of them. I'm in Say, which has been a complete dud for me. I have $30,000 of it, around 76 cents. I've taken a killing, got killed on it. All the layer 2s are crap. It doesn't fix the problem. It's a load of crap. I would not buy any layer 2s. I was heavy into Aerodrome, got out of that, made some profit. I may or may not go back into it. I don't love their tokenomics. I don't like Velodrome's tokenomics, and I have a ton of Velo. But Ondo's is concerning with that. Love the project, love what they're doing. If the narrative gets huge, the tokenomics won't matter. It'll go up. But it's not going to see a huge market cap with the unleashes if we're in a bear market like we are. ICP, I will sell depending on, yeah, exactly. You got to just wait where the market, if the market's hot, tokenomics aren't going to mean crap. It won't go up as high, but it'll be okay. The narrative will push it even through that. It truly will. You know, we're not looking at 35 billion, 40 billion like Cardano and XRP, which I would not touch. I have them both. I just want to get out of them, but I'm going to wait. They don't contribute anything. I would sell them around, if we can get to $1.50, $2, and never get in them ever again. Their tokenomics say it all, and Charles Hoskinson's a putz. I don't know. I've never cared for him. Holy shit, the market's getting killed. Fucking AIOZ, 46 cents. What a shit show. Bitcoin, 59K. Look at that. So ICP, I'm not a fan. I think it's fine. I wouldn't be investing in it personally. Everyone says, oh, I'll get to $100. Isn't that? Nope, I don't think so at all. I don't really do price predictions, but there's no way it's getting to $100. If we get into a true bull market, I could see it getting to $35. But, you know, you'll know more once we're in a bull market. No one can give you true price predictions. I mean, look at what's going on right now. We're breaking the walls. It's going to be a very ugly Sunday. 59,000. We start liquidating. I don't know where the longs are below us. It's going to be, you know, lower 50s. If we get to 50K, which my thoughts are kind of like this. Shit. I'm normally not one who wants it to go down, but I wouldn't mind buying a Bitcoin at 50K. I never hope for it to go down, but since we're taking such a bloodbath, hell, drop it. I'll pick up a Bitcoin, and then I know I'm golden. It'll help spread some of the losses because Bitcoin's going up eventually. Will we get into a bull market? Don't know. You know, with the world events right now, this is not a bull market. Everyone, you know, don't listen to everyone who says it is. It's just not. I think render is good. Yeah. We just don't know if that narrative's done with the AI. We just don't know what's going to come back. Render's great. I'm not buying it, but I think it's great. It had a good run. You know, a lot of things that had a good run will not see it again. But ICP, I think you'll make money on it. I'm not going to get into it. It's just not a project that I think utility-wise, it's great, but utility doesn't mean anything for price. It just doesn't play a factor, which is stupid. In equities, it does. In crypto, it doesn't. It's all narrative, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't have meme coins doing what they do. You wouldn't have AI coins that have no value whatsoever, that are deep in, but they're not really deep in, going up like they do. You know, and nothing's going up now. So 59,007 got down to 59,656. Ethereum 28.65. Near taking a killing. Ondo at 70 cents. I would not be buying anything here, guys. Proppy $1.20. Injective pushing 17. XRP 53 cents. Cardano 35. Say 26 cents. Oh, I'm fucked on that. So many of these. Shadow 35 cents, which I got at $1.30 all the way down. I'm probably down about 600K, another 600K this week. Oh my God, basic attention token, 16 cents. Yeah. What are your top three right now if you were starting fresh with 15K? Okay. Or at least looking at waiting to buy. Yeah, I wouldn't be rushing in right now. I'd see how it plays out, but depends on how much you want to make with that 15K. Okay, so 15K, I'd be looking, you know, in regards to, you know, tripling your money near protocol. Okay, not at, you know, see if it gets down into $3 range, which would be very sad. I do believe Ondo will be good. Just you have to be aware of the unlocks, but you're asking for top 3. I mean, I have, you know, 40 projects right now in my portfolio. Depending on what you want to do. You know, I think Solana will have a good run, but you're only going to double or triple. I'm giving you some safer bets. You know, PNG had its run up. getting killed. Could have sold that for about 400,000. Ended up making very little on it. So I mean, depending on what you're looking to do. Yeah, exactly. BTC dominance definitely heading up. Yeah, I'm not waiting to buy anything. I am the body. I'm pretty set. I'm not getting into any new projects. I can tell you some projects I have: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Near Protocol, Ondo, Benki. I have a ton of Proppy. Like I said, I got into last week and I've been buying. I've been waiting forever. If that keeps dropping down, I'll buy more of it. I bought more this today. 7 times I bought it. Injective, Metis, DAO, XRP, Cardano. Don't buy Cardano. Don't buy XRP. Velodrome. I think Velodrome's okay. That narrative with Aerodrome is, there's no narrative doing good right now. Then risky ones, Spirex, that's SPA, Marlin, Pond will do well. Say, like I mentioned, is fucking getting clobbered. My biggest risk one that's just dying is XCN. I got a couple million of that. That's 0.0012. Cody, I have a bunch of. I think that will do well. Axelar was doing great. Down 100% from where I bought it. AIOZ, have that at a penny. Illuvium, Shadow Token, Quant. Quant is worthless, but I have a bunch of it. I like the tokenomics, like what they do. Aave, have quite a bit of it. I may be selling it in a few minutes after I get it off this. Radian, I like it. I like Radium. Not getting it, but I do like it. I think it's a good buy personally. Then some from Polygon, some from the last market, Polygon, which I think is shit. District OX, DNT, which is shit. I've had for 5 years. Scale, I have quite a bit of. Alchemy Pay, which is shit. Got killed on that last market, but I'm not selling it. Anchor, Goldfinch Protocol, I've had forever. I have some DOT. Sold my stacks. Sold my Aerodrome. Polyswarm, I sold that, which I like what they do, but their volume went down to like 300K. You can't hold on to something like that. I have TIA, don't like it. Basic Attention Token, don't buy it. Have that. My only meme coin is Bonk. Have a little bit of Cosmos, don't buy Cosmos. Have some HBAR, don't buy HBAR. Their tokenomics suck. Have some V4 token, don't buy that either. Have Flare as an airdrop to me. Have a shitload of AMP from last cycle. Do not buy that either. I'm down a few $100,000 on that from last cycle. It was heading up, but everything's taking a crap. So that's, for the most part, my portfolio. I like Immutable X. I do like Maple. I like their tokenomics. I don't like it at $12. I sold out a bunch. I sold out of Graph. I sold out of Threshold. Sold out of Sui. I don't have any Link. I think Link is good, but I don't think it's going to do. I know you got a lot metal. I don't think it's going to do near as well as people think it's going to do. It's not hitting, in my view, it's not hitting $70 to $100. No way in hell. That's just my opinion. It certainly could, but what do I know? There's quite a few others I sold. I wouldn't recommend buying Optimism. I wouldn't recommend buying VeChain or Shiba. Jitto. Decentraland, any metaverse things I would not buy. Axelar, yep. I have a bunch of Axelar. Right now, when I see the market crashing like this, people, if you have a YouTuber coming on and saying, oh, this is a gift, this is an opportunity, like Digital Asset Investor always does, he's lying. No one thinks this is a gift after 180, fucking days of this bullshit. Nobody thinks this is a gift. If anyone says that, please unsubscribe to them because they're lying. How can you trust them when they say such nonsense? This is not a gift, and a car's about to hit me. You fucking cunt. So, anyways, I'm getting a little heated because when I see this bullshit sell off, it is just getting old. Do not panic sell. If you're in the money, could we pop tomorrow or later tonight? Yes. But if you're in the money, I recommend taking profits. I always have, and buying back lower. Because, you'll sell it, and then tomorrow and the next day it's going to pop up. Right, the other week, I'm like, we're having kind of a green week. But then something happens. Even in a bull market, which we're not in, it has sell-offs. There's no such thing in a bull market having sell-offs like this. And they'll show you They're going to show you statistics, other YouTubers, and oh, this is what happens, and this is what happens when you lower rates. We crash like this. It's all a load of crap. They do lower rates when there's a recession, but we do not have sell-offs like this for this continued time in a bull market. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So people say Bitcoin's just trading sideways. It's not. It's not trading sideways. It's been a downward trend since the highs. That's not a bull market. Sorry. If you call that a bull market, then the bull market's over. Because we retrace off of highs when we hit them and we've never gone back. We've tried and we couldn't. So you would say it's blow off top, whatever the hell you want to call it, head and shoulders, Bart Simpson, Fibonacci, up your ass, whatever the hell all that bullshit TA says. The truth, my brothers and sisters, is there's been a bear market. Don't listen to the bottom stories. The bottom happens when we know it happens. When we're doing $180 billion worth of volume a day. When Bitcoin gets 75, 80,000. So if you're DCAing, please be careful. You know, all the ones, you know, I will tell you what I like. But with 15K, you know, it's hard to say. You got to be very careful with that. I know I read what you said earlier. You said you took out profits and all that. Make sure you have money for your taxes on that. I'm glad you paid off a bunch of things. That's wonderful. Keep your money. Go get more money. Dry powder. Be ready. I'll be on here when I really think things are turning around. You'll know it. You don't need Vegan Crypto or any other one to tell you that we're in a bull market. But this is not a bull market when this stuff happens, you know, for 180, 190 days. It's not. You know, it's a half a year. That's not a bull market. It's just not. Yeah, if you are DCAing, just be prepared for it to go further down. That's kind of where we're at. We've got to see what comes out this week. You know, and even if there was an emergency Fed meeting and they lowered rates, which they won't, that would just cause, hold on, let me save this worm here. That would cause fear, more fear, because they would not be happy about that. Because they would say, well, we're in a recession. And we're not quite in a recession, but we are slow. We were headed there. Yeah, I think stocks performance is also affecting crypto. Always. It's totally coupled together. Completely coupled together. And it basically, crypto is a technology asset class. So when things get sold off, I mean, it's not a hedge. It's just not. Theoretically, it is. I mean, Bitcoin is. But it still has its volatility. The unemployment rate is forward. Yeah, is bad, not bad in comparison. Yeah, no, it's not. Unemployment's okay right now. It's just trending up. A lot of that's part-time jobs. But we're not a hedge. The only thing that is a true store of value is Bitcoin. All the rest of the cryptos are just nothing but a gamble. Some of them have utility, but they don't really. They're going to. They want to. The majority of them don't. They talk about what they want to do, but there's no infrastructure. There's really nothing there. They're working on projects, so you have to understand that. It's nothing but Las Vegas and hype. You know, that's what drives their market. I'm just trying to, you know, have you fully understand that. You know that. You all know that. It's just a risk asset, but in the bull run, when we get there, it'll all come together. But here's the problem. When we get to a bull run, if we do, it's going to take a shitload just to get, you know, your shadow token from, you know, 30 cents back to $1.30. I mean, think of that. So just to get to not even all-time highs, just to get to where it was, is going to be an act of God. So you got to be careful with your 15K. You got to be careful with all that. There's, you know, me personally, if I only had 15K, which there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with 15K. That's plenty of money. But you have to be careful with it. You know, with a falling knife like we've been in, you could put it into something right now, it go up, and the next thing you know, it's gone. It's 10K. I would wait, unless you don't mind DCAing, or you listen to the projects I mentioned, or I can, you know, I can't, you know, I mean, I love Ondo, you know, I hope you got something out of what I was saying, but it doesn't mean it's going to go up anytime soon. We could have a couple green days, as I mentioned. I know I'm reiterating what I said, but we're back in this trend. Just even if we have a full green week, it doesn't mean anything. All it takes is a little bit of news. I remember down below where you bought it. That is the sentiment of all markets right now. So I would tell you to be very cautious. There's nothing wrong with right now sitting on the sidelines, waiting through September to see what happens with Powell, what that does to the market. Does it affect it? It's going to affect it one way or the other. But I can tell you if 50 basis points are tied into the market, if it's like 90% and he does 25 basis points, we're going to crash like you won't believe. That is how unstable markets are, and it's not just crypto. I was in the bond markets forever. I was in the pit when the unemployment number came out. It was complete silence, then screaming at 7:30 I think it was every third Friday of the month, whatever it was. It was a long time ago. I used to not be able to sleep the night before because we were that busy. And you make one mistake, it costs $1 million, $100,000 if you screw up an order. Because I worked for brokers. So you just don't know where the market's going. I think there's nothing wrong. If you like a project, $100 here, $50 there, all right, let's take Proppy. I'm constantly doing $25, $50, $125, $50. So my average price is changing and going down. That's true DCA, as I mentioned yesterday. Right now it's at $1.19, keeps going down. I'm going to keep an eye on things. Proppy is the only one I'm going to be DCAing into. Might buy a little Benki. Other than that, I won't be buying anything. If Bitcoin gets down to 50K, which I think will be very tough, I will buy a full Bitcoin there, for sure, 100%. If Ethereum gets down to 2K, I'll buy 20 Ethereums. Just because I know I'll sell it at $3,000. Will it get to 2K? Hell no. I mean, I don't believe so. I don't believe Bitcoin's going to get it to 50, but I don't know. I really don't know. And me, greatest sense tells me we're going lower. Absolutely, hard times soon. Yes. Here's the deal. If we have more recessionary news, we're going lower. Then they'll eventually use crypto as a hedge. Why? Because we will lower rates and we may do some printing. Guess what? If we get true recessionary information, guess who wants to be president? The Democrats. They're in office. What would they do? Print, baby, print. Here's a little stimulus. Oh, look how good that administration is. We better vote them in. Right? That's what will happen. Why did inflation get here in the first place? I'm going to kind of leave you with this. 0%, 1%, 2% interest rates for ages. COVID hits. Keep printing money. Giving people money to stay at home. Printed more money in 2 years than we ever printed in America's existence. In 2 years. People were paid to stay home. Why did gas prices go down? Trump, the moron Trump, I don't like either party, the moron Trump says it was because of him. Nope. If you believe that, unsubscribe. The reason gas prices went down is everyone was at fucking home. No trains were moving. No buses were moving. No planes were flying. No cars were driving. They were pumping oil. No one was buying it. That's why we got to $1 something. Did you get any relief from $1.50, $1.20 gas prices? No, because you weren't driving anywhere. You were at home scared with a mask on. People were getting all this money. They were doing home repairs because they couldn't go anywhere. Let's get crazy with our yards. Let's build decks. Let's put an addition on. Let's buy another home. Interest rates are low where we can escape from the next pandemic, which there will be one. Buying this from Amazon. Amazon, I did $4 million with Amazon during COVID. Me alone. The rest of my company did more because they kept expanding. Do you remember? Maybe you don't know. Plant after plant after plant, they kept expanding Amazons. That came to a halt. I made a fortune with them. Other companies as well. Everyone was buying from Amazon continuously because they didn't want to go out and shop, right? So people kept buying goods of money that was they thought free to them, but no, it's taxed, called inflation. Thought the COVID tests were free that they were handing out to you? No, you're paying for it, brothers and sisters. Drive up prices, drive up demand, drive up inflation. Can't produce the product fast enough. Can't produce cars. Didn't have chips. Remember? Didn't have chips, so no cars were being sold. What did that do? Drove up demand, drove up car prices. They had no inventory. Think of what they were paying for used cars. They're more expensive than some new cars. They're paying just to make $1,000 here, $1,000 there. I got a fortune for a 2011 Honda Accord. That's why inflation happened. It wasn't Trump's fault. It was a stupid policy, but it wasn't Trump's fault. Definitely wasn't Biden's fault. Their administration was printing. Shouldn't have been doing that. Shouldn't have been paying. They got rid of all their pandemic plans. You had a moron in charge like Trump. It was a complete lunatic saying you should inject this into your body. Okay, that's enough about Trump, whatever. Only one who would have done well under that would be RFK. Talk about how recession war is going to affect crypto. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, Propy is on, it's Propy, 1P. That is on Coinbase. I buy everything on Coinbase. That's what I use. I don't do DEXs anymore. That and Kraken. It's just easy for me. I don't do the DEXs. I don't do the bridges. I think you're asking for trouble when you do that. That's just me. I used to do all that stuff. I don't do it anymore. Glad you're enjoying my rants. I'm just trying to help. So that's inflation. I hope you all know that. It's not like I'm talking to 2-year-olds, but for those who think it's, it was because of Biden or Trump. I mean, yes, they printed and they shouldn't have. And what Biden just did with trying to relieve student loans is absolutely criminal. You can't just give away money for student loans. That's our money. And you're trying to lower inflation. So it's all a game, right? The border crisis will never be fixed just because people run on that. Blah, blah, blah. It's enough politics. All right, let me see if there's a comments. In me, the greatest sense tells me we're going lower. Is that where you get Propy? I got answered that. Yep, it's the acronym is PRO. It's $1.19 right now. Just be careful if you're buying it. I think we'll go lower. It's held up pretty strong, but so did Ondo forever. Now it's fucked. Do you see a possibility of an economic collapse in the near future for whatever? No, I do not. I think what will happen, look, we always go through economic issues. The last serious one was a housing crisis, okay? I was deep into it. A guy next to me was making millions because of subprime loans. He wanted me to come and run his company be a mortgage broker and run this division as sales and all that. I laughed because I said, your time is about to come, brother. Within 6 months to a year, they foreclosed on his house. He had a $4 million house next to mine in the city. $4 million. Foreclosed. Subprime loans. What was that? I was giving loans to people who could only afford about $80,000 and giving them $300,000 loans with variable rates. Meaning, at some point, those rates are going to go from 2 or 3% or 1.5%, whatever, 3.5% to 14%. And then they all lose their homes. That came to an end. That was and then Lehman Brothers, who I used to do their bonds for and everything. Lehman went under, and JP Morgan, and then the banking crisis happened because of all the subprime and everything. That was our last serious economic downturn. Wasn't COVID. That was brutal. That was horrible. But certain people, if they do the right things, can make money no matter what happens. You just have to work hard and work smart. Don't be satisfied. No one is successful in a 40-hour work week. No one. We can't be lazy. We have to go get it. But no one can predict anything. I've been saying forever, look, you can't have high rates like this, like they raised, and not have it affect things. It's going to, and it has. It's affecting all over. That's why they are starting to lower rates. you know, I will tell you this: the economists, the Fed, they're just guessing. They'll be the first to tell you. This is all they can do is halt demand, try to hurt demand. That's what the Fed does. They don't know if it's going to be soft or a hard landing. There's really a soft landing. We thought it was a soft landing, but things are churning right now. So they need to lower rates, like I've been saying all along. They need to lower 25 basis points. He should have done it in July. That was a bad fucking move. Excuse my language. Just like them not raising rates early. So we think Jerome Powell's a genius. He's just a human. He is just a human. And they screw up all the time. You got to remember, I come from the markets for decades. On the floor of the Chicago Board of Trade, stocks, everything. That's what I come from. I've seen a lot of Fed chairmen come and go. Bernanke made horrible moves. Greenspan, horrible moves. And some of these are in the pockets of politicians. Powell doesn't seem to be. I mean, you could argue that he's in Trump's pocket because, I don't believe he is, but I don't truly know, because of the tremendous raising of rates under Biden. It's all been all under Biden and he hasn't lowered any. So if you think, I mean, that helps Trump look good. Because it takes months to a couple of years, 12 months minimum, for these high interest rates to get into the market. That's what it takes. Wow, I've been going at it. What else? So we don't know about the economic factors. Anything can hit. That's a black swan, right? And we're having them over and over again. The Middle East, Iran, what's going on there? They're going to bomb Israel. We don't know if it's going to be significant or if it's just going to be, this is how we retaliated. But they are going to retaliate, period. You don't hear about Ukraine and Russia too much anymore, do you? I don't watch the news. I haven't been watching the news, but I'm trying to keep my head clear. I come out here and vent. Let's see. What will happen in September with rate cuts and how will that affect crypto? Well, no one truly knows, brother. But what I will say is, if I was a betting man, they're going to cut rates. If you look at history, it's because we're in a recession and the markets go down. Same with crypto. So I think we could go down because if they lowered rates a couple months ago, crypto would have gone crazy and gone up. But now because it's all mindset and it changes second by second. Oh, you're newer to the market, so yeah, bear with me. So I am preaching to someone who maybe is newer, if I recall you saying you're newer. So technically, if he would have done this before and pivoted, Jerome Powell, and cut rates, the market would have gone crazy. We'd be down again with all the FUD, but we'd be higher than where we are. Now, because of the recessionary news, them lowering rates, it's going to be fair. They're going to have some fear there because we're on risk assets, which crypto is. It's an on risk asset, and get into a value, get into something safer. Bonds, DXY, so on and so forth. Value stocks. It's not going to be Apple. It's not going to be NVIDIA. It's not going to be Tesla for sure. Any of those. Does that make sense? But technically, if they would have done this earlier, it would have been great for the market. Now they're all scared. The investors, the true investors, the smart money as they call it. I don't like that smart money and dumb money. It's moronic. It's big whales, retail, and big investment companies taking out of tech, which crypto is, taking out of Apple, NVIDIA, Amazon, so on and so forth, and throwing it into bonds and stuff like that. Safer bets. So eventually it'll be okay, you think. Technically it should, because we're not in a bull market. Eventually, hopefully we will. They got to print money. What helped us a lot during COVID was the printing of free money, and people took that money. I took all those checks and put it right into crypto, all of them. We got some, because we had kids, got some checks here and there, and I took it because I knew we were going to have to pay for it with inflation in the long run. So what am I going to refuse the not free money, the money I'm paying on taxes? We've given it all back tenfold. If we got $20,000, $30,000 out of the COVID stuff, we've paid back hundreds of $1,000s in gas, in inflation, food. if you bought a car, you got fucked. I did want to say something like that. Now's a great time to be looking at cars. When I get home, I'm going to start looking at that. Oh, I'd like to buy a car for the family. I got 4 drivers now, the 3 kids driving, and my wife. But I'm hearing they're actually looking at some better rates. I'll just pay cash because I think that's better if I can. But it looks like inventory is pretty good. They're not selling shit. So now's a decent time to look, I heard. I'm going to look into it and I'll report back on that. So I wanted to buy a car a couple years ago. There was nothing to buy. There was no cars. They wanted to buy ours. Smart money gets tricked by Redditors and stock market. Yep. Do you know of the Galaxy stock that has $1 billion insurance? No, I don't. I know of Galaxy, but no, I'm not aware of that, of the insurance aspect. The one that insured the violin, I think. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, not aware. Not aware. But there's a lot of good ops out there, brothers. I think I'm going to bail, go lift some weights. Need to burn off some energy. Any other questions before I bail out? Let's see where the market is. I'm glad I am the body you were able to jump on. I hope I helped a little. Oh my God, my portfolio. I just accidentally saw it. Holy cow. Down $750,000 over last week. Wow. That's scary. I appreciate you. If you guys can get another couple people to join. I lost quite a few subscribers just because I haven't been posting as many videos because what's there to post? I don't want to be doom and gloom. I just don't want people to get hurt. That's why I have this channel. So if you could bring a couple people in, I am the body. If you know anyone, send them my way. If you go into other groups, send them my way. Love you guys. Be good. Yeah, 750. All right, dude, I'm 52. I've been in the market a long time. I'm down a crap load of money. It's okay. I'm used to it. When I was 29 years old, I lost $6 million in the market. So not crypto. All right, brothers, be good. Skull, take it easy. Metal, take it easy. Everyone joining later, I'm here for you. Let me know what you need from me. And for you guys joining later, because I got quite a few views for me at 100 and some yesterday. I know that's nothing to people. They get 1,000 in a minute. Subscribe. Let me know what you want from me. That's what I'm here for. Share if you would. Peace out, brothers. Peace out.